Welcome back to Yvonne Winifred Yuji, my beautiful fashionistas. Hope you're doing great. So in today's video, we are just going to be sewing up a dress that we already cut in the previous video. So if you haven't watched that video, you can first watch it and come back to this one. We already cut the sleeves, the top and the skirt pieces, and today we are just going to be sewing them up. So the video previously, the title is how to cut a circular dress with bell sleeves. So today I've already cut my linings and we are going to be sewing in the darts first. So I have lining for both the blouse pieces, the top pieces, that is front and back. And to sew up the dart, guys, remember we already notched where the dart will be. I have to look for the bust line, not the chest line, guys. So for the front, the dart will end 1 inch below the bust line. So I'm going to fold in where the dart is and move in by half an inch, then sew up to that 1 inch below the bust line. And even the other side, I'll fold in my piece like this, measure half an inch, then sew up to the 1 inch below the bust line for the front, both for the main piece and the lining too. So after taking in the dart, I'll just align my lining right sides facing the main piece, and then I'll sew by half an inch along the neckline and also the sides to have a clean finish. So that is for the front, and also for the back I'll just do the same, but for the back dart, guys, it ends 1 inch above the bust line. So you have to look for where the bust line is, about 10.5 inches or 11 for this size. And then I'll take in my darts. Remember that dart is half an inch on fold when we are taking it in. So I'll do the same for all the back pieces and the lining back pieces, and then I'll take in the sides and along the neckline just by half an inch to have a finished neckline. So after that, guys, I'll align my back pieces just as they are supposed to be, that is right side facing the right side. This was just random. I'll move in by half an inch along the waistline and take in that zipper bulge. So after all that sewing, this is what I have. These are my back pieces, guys. I've already taken in the darts, I think you're seeing. And along the neckline, as I told you, I'm just going to make some small cuts close to the stitch line that we already made, so that when we are flipping this top, it will give us a clean finish, you know, especially along those curved lines. So I think you're seeing. So that is my back piece, one of them, and even I'm going to do the same even onto the other one along the neckline, guys. Before I flip it, I'm going to make small cuts close to the stitch line, not through that stitch line, and then after I flip out to the right side, my back pieces like this. So what I've done to the back pieces, I'm just going to do the same for the front. As you see, that dart is already taken in, and now along this middle part where the V neckline is shaped, I'm making small cuts all around or all along that V neckline, and that is going to aid me as I flip it onto the right side to give me, or to ease the process of the changing from the wrong side to the right side. So this is what I have. I think you're seeing that it was easy. At this point, I can just take my pieces to the pressing board and then iron them very properly to start the next process. So this is what I have. So now I can just bring out my back pieces so that I can prepare them to be joined along the shoulder. So along the shoulder, I'm going to, just as always, press right sides facing each other, main piece to main piece, lining to lining, making sure that joining line is, aligning very properly. I'll sew by 1/2 inch, or I can just make one side of the lining go over or on top of the other 3 pieces, and I will sew by 1/2 inch on either sides of these shoulder lines. And guys, after that will be all about joining the shoulders. So after joining the shoulders, guys, I'll just attach the first part of the sleeve. So remember, we have 2 sleeves, and those sleeves are also into 2 parts that make up the bell sleeve. So I've notched the midpoint of these sleeves, and along this midpoint, I'll just make sure that midpoint aligns with the stitch line or along the shoulder, and then I'll join my sleeve, one part to the front side and the other part to the back side. I'll do the same for even this other sleeve, and that will be all. The sleeves or the top will be ready to be taken in along the sides. So this is it now. So as I told you, after joining the shoulder, you see it is a clean finish. I attached the first part of the sleeve, and guys, after attaching the first part of the sleeve, I also joined the other circular piece that makes up the bell sleeve, as you see. So it has some excess that I'm going to be cutting out. That is how it looks like. Even this other side, this is how it looks like. I'll just be cutting off the excess. So I think you're seeing how the bell sleeve is starting to come out. It is such a beautiful and stylish sleeve or type of sleeve. So this is the back also. So guys, now I can be attaching or prepare to attach the skirt pieces onto these blouse pieces. So remember, the skirt pieces are circular, half circle pieces. So before I start sewing it up, I want to attach my back separate with and the front separate. So I think when you're seeing like this, it is just exact. But remember, at the back we have a zipper allowance. So I'm just going to go on and cut along the waistline to reduce it a little bit by 1/2 inch, so that I enlarge this skirt piece so that it can fit the front and the back. At this point, it was not fitting the front and the back, it was only fitting the front, but the back has zipper allowance. So I'm cutting a small piece about 1/2 inch along the waistline, so that the waistline of the skirt is enlarged and I can use it for both my front and back. But guys, if you don't want to attach your skirt pieces as front and back separately, you can first join in the sides of the blouse, and then you start attaching your skirt from the back, the center back, onto the other side of the center back, passing through the front. So now this is what I have, and at this point I have my skirt already cut, and I've already separated it into 2. So I think you're seeing how it is cut. The back is a little bit larger than the front by 2 inches. So this is the back that I'm folding into 2 like this. And before I cut it into 2 also, I'm going to bring my blouse piece for the back, and then first try it out and see whether it will be fitting. So when I try it out, I think this is going to be okay and enough. So now I can cut it into two, and I will attach all these cut pieces onto the blouse pieces. That is for the front and the back. So after that, I'll just be able to start from the bell sleeve, where the bell sleeve starts from, and sew in the sides. And this is what I got. The sides are already taken in. Remember, we started from the sides of this bell sleeve. So this is how beautiful it looks like. The sides are all taken in, and now I'm just going to double fold or fold into 2 by ½ inch to finish up the hemline of this bell sleeve. So if yours is really long, you can reduce it, but I want mine to be a little bit beyond the wrist area. So this is the back, and at the back, guys, we just have to add a zipper. Remember, we have 1 inch on either sides of this back for attaching the zipper, and it is not always compulsory to use 1 inch. You can even use 3/4 of an inch. So guys, this is the center back. I'm going to attach my zip up to that point, and then I'll sew up this other side. And after sewing it up, guys, I'll just be double folding to finish the hemline of this entire beautiful dress, and that will be all. So after everything, guys, the dress is finished. This is the bell sleeve that we've been achieving today. It has come out so stylish and beautiful. I like the outcome. So that is one side. This is the entire front. And guys, remember that if you want to make pleats, you have to add some inches onto the waistline when you're cutting the skirt pieces, so that you can be able to make those pleats according to you, according to the size you want, and according to how large you want your piece to be. But I didn't make or add any pleats, and you can form any size of this dress that you want. So I added a metallic zipper at the back. It is golden in color, and this is simply how the back came about. So the dress really came out so beautifully. I love the entire outcome. I like what I see. And guys, don't forget to go and watch the other part of this video, which is the cutting part of the video. And I think I'll be seeing you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.